Bellator light heavyweight division, the number 7 ranked dovletjan yagşymuradov meets Masey rozanski.
You can take a look at the reach. That 72-inch yagşymuradov is a very explosive, fast twitch and loves the spinning attacks, but he's got to get through that reach of Rozanski at 76 inches.
Here is Michael C. Williams.
Tonight here in San Diego, the Bellator 300 prelims roll on as we go now to the light heavyweight division. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner. At 6'1", weighing in 204.4 pounds, his professional record 14 wins, 4 losses out of Stuttgart, Poland, Masey Spartan Rozanski. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner at 5'11", weighing in 205.4 pounds, ranked now at number 7. As a professional, he brings 20 victories, 7 defeats, 1 draw from Ashgabat, Turkmenistan. Introducing dovletjan. And your referee, in charge, Brent Trigg.
Dovletjan yagşymuradov looking for his 3rd consecutive victory. Rozanski looking to bounce back from a unanimous decision loss to Carl Moore at Bellator 291 this past February.
Thank you.
Light heavyweight set to go 3 rounds or less here at Pachanga Arena, San Diego, California. You're watching the prelims. Bellator 300, and yagşymuradov has been a part of a World Grand Prix. Came in and, right into the deep end, John, against Corey Anderson and Carl Albertson. Lost both fights, but now has bounced back with 2 consecutive wins, including an impressive win over Julius Anglixis at Bellator 292 in March.
Now, that was a great win against Anglixis. And yeah, he came into Bellator and they put him in the deep end of the pool against Corey Anderson right away. But he's a smaller light heavyweight, but he's fast, he's elusive, he's got a ton of spinning attacks, and he's got power with speed.
And he's one of the favorites at that. The murderer's row of talented American top team. I mean, we wax poetic about it every show. It bears repeating. They are just that good. And he's a guy who is always keeping everybody happy and light and always there to do whatever it takes, including what he's doing right now.
Exactly. A bunch of guys that are foreigners there just light up the room there, and he's one of them. He's a guy that will help you in any way. He'll be your sparring partner. He'll help you in your game when you got a fight coming up. He's just a good person and a great partner to have in the gym.
Right hand from Rozanski, who has never been finished. He is 14-4, 1-1 in the Bellator MMA cage. Yagşymuradov, he is 2-2 in Bellator, 27-1 overall.
Well, this one, Rozanski is either controlling the center of the cage or coming forward. That's when he's best. That's where he made the mistake against Carl Moore. He allowed Carl Moore to control the center of the cage too much.
Yeah, and he just took that right hand. I was going to mention, though, when you talked about it in the tail of the tape, he feels he is going to exploit his reach advantage, use his boxing game, but here's yagşymuradov connecting with some hard shots.
Yeah, but when a guy understands footwork, he can take that range and that distance and make it work for him.
And that's what yagşymuradov is doing. Lateral movement left and right, now circling to the right. 2 minutes elapsed here in the first round. Rozanski out of the...
That was a nice, clean overhand right.
It's funny, his nickname is Spartan, and of course Bellator 300, we'll hear more about that coming up in our open, but a fitting nickname for an event number 300 for Masey Rozanski, and there's a calf kick by yagşymuradov. So both of these light heavyweights coming forward, both of them having their moments.
Did you see what he did with his leg? That was a back kick.
Yes, and a heel strike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rozanski having a little bit of trouble with all that movement. Not able to, he wants to set his feet.
Good intentions of going to the body to try to slow down that movement.
You're absolutely right. When you're got a guy that keeps on moving, don't try to hit him to the head. Go to that more big target, stationary target, the body.
2 minutes left here in the first round. Yagşymuradov measuring up. Rozanski moves to his right. Rozanski looking to use that jab as a blinding technique. And he got rocked with that lead left hook from yagşymuradov. And yet, oh, there's a spinning.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, he's fast when he wants to be.
And yagşymuradov needs to get that head off center line before, or excuse me, Rozanski needs to take that half center line before yagşymuradov takes it off for him.
Yeah, yagşymuradov is doing a great job with his head movement, putting his head to the side when he's throwing. He is
Rozanski not so much.
No, he's got that head is just stationary right down the middle, and that's why you're seeing yagşymuradov have such success right now.
And he's mixing it up, going to the lead leg with again the calf kick and just picking up those steps, utilizing the real estate of the cage, and the right uppercut by yagşymuradov to the jaw of Rozanski, who marches forward. Under a minute left in the round.
This is the one place that yagşymuradov needs to be careful. Don't put your back against the cage.
With 2 shots from Rozanski.
You see that nice big black circle in the middle of that cage. That's where you want to be.
1, 2, 3 punch combination from yagşymuradov. Overhand right lands for yagşymuradov, and Rozanski following him, not cutting it off, and eats another uppercut from yagşymuradov.
And look for yagşymuradov to start looking towards that uppercut. You're looking at Rozanski keeps on dipping that head down, and he's doing it to the right more often than ever. There it goes again, and yagşymuradov's going to start to read that.
Naked shot by yagşymuradov does take Rozanski off his feet, but time will run out before yagşymuradov is able to exploit this advantageous position.
Ale ma dobry ruch. Ciężko ci wyczytać. Ty musisz cały czas napierać. Przez podwójny lewy. Zmieniaj ciosy, nie tylko na górę. Na dół, podbródek, tak samo kurwa na dół, na przód. Okay? Cały czas presja, Marcin. Oddychaj 2 razy przez raz.
How's your Polish these days?
Not very good, but he's telling him to go to the body, which he's right. He's talking about the uppercut, but the uppercut's going to be tough to hit. Take a look at some of this action here, yagşymuradov, and it's a beautiful lead left hand as he's in the southpaw stance, and then Rozanski comes after him to land that right hand over the top, touches him with the left hook. But overall, when you're taking a look at the shots that were landed, yagşymuradov really was teeing off. He had a high percentage there of shots that landed. He definitely takes that round.
Thank you.
yagşymuradov started as a karateka, wanted to start fighting, got into MMA, and now this is his 29th professional fight. Round number 2 against Masey Rozanski, who is fighting as a professional for the 19th time and just ate that left uppercut. Check left hook from yagşymuradov. Good counter strike by Rozanski. Rozanski coming forward much more aggressively.
That's what his corner was basically telling you. You see, you're going to have to go after. You can't let him have that freedom of range. But the one thing that I'm seeing from yagşymuradov,
that was a quick. yagşymuradov with that right hand.
He's hurt.
yagşymuradov forced to retreat. Rozanski, the boxer, and he gets clipped by a counter strike from yagşymuradov. High trauma here in the second round. Level change by yagşymuradov, able to take Rozanski down, and after he tasted the power, the Polish power of Rozanski, said, let's take it to the canvas, shall we?
I think I'm going to slow this down a little bit, which was smart and very well done by yagşymuradov.
Somewhere Ivan Putski is smiling. Polish power himself. So let's see Rozanski now with a BJJ black belt, has 9 submission wins, so is comfortable off his back, John. Last submission win came back in 2020 with the Von Flue choke.
Very nice. Nicely done, but you can see he's using an open guard, but he's trying to move his hips. yagşymuradov just staying centered on him.
He's in the wrong position for a Von Flue now, but
yes, just a little.
If he attacks the neck, maybe yagşymuradov.
Well, as you're seeing Rozanski trying to take it off center, move his hips, that's a big elbow landed by yagşymuradov.
And yagşymuradov wants to posture up and rain down those shots. Look for his 13th finish due to strikes.
See, here's that type of position when you're talking about. yagşymuradov got hurt by Rozanski, but now Rozanski on his back, He's taking more and more shots, and he's just slowly and systematically allowing yagşymuradov to take the round over from him. He needs to figure out, if I'm not going to be able to get that submission, let me either go for the reversal or get my butt back to my feet.
Yeah, he told us, too, that loss to Carl Moore, what it taught him, I mean, you have to be ready for anything. It is mixed martial arts, but he felt that he needed to, start thinking a little more cerebrally. And here now, again, facing yagşymuradov in top position. Rozanski cannot settle, trying to stay active, trying to find a way to reverse sweep or get it back to its feet. And there now it's got the hooks in, butterfly hook.
He's got the butterfly hooks in, but he keeps allowing the yagşymuradov.
Can the elevator go up, though, John?
Yagşymuradov's doing a great job of having heavy hips. Every time you see Rozanski start to try to elevate him, he just allows his hips to get very heavy. Rozanski can't move him. So from what I'm seeing, he's not able to elevate and get that reversal, so he's got to get himself back to his feet.
And the ground and pound has scored for dovletjan yagşymuradov. Rozanski does get to his feet, but continues to eat shots from yagşymuradov.
But great effort by Rozanski to say, you know what, I got to get out of here. That's exactly what he did.
And yagşymuradov with a big edge in the striking department at a 56% clip. So tremendous start. And now Rozanski turning the tables, but gets hit with a right and another right as they break apart.
See if Rozanski can start moving. Yagşymuradov back towards that fence. That's where he's had the most success.
Yagşymuradov looking at the clock, hands down, trying to utilize his lateral movement, trying to find a way to land another hard shot. A minute left in the second. Body kick by Rozanski.
Nice, clean body kick by Rozanski that had power on it. It's going to take some starch away from yagşymuradov.
And yagşymuradov hasn't been the same since he tasted the power of Rozanski in terms of engaging in the offense. We saw him take him down, but here now he's on the periphery, utilizing lateral motion. There's a kick from yagşymuradov. Would you agree, John?
You're absolutely right. And I guarantee when he gets back to his corner, Arten Levin, who is a fantastic coach, unbelievable kickboxing legend, he's going to start to get out and say, hey, I don't care how much you're moving. I need you to throw, and I need you to be offensive.
Well, Rozanski said his boxing would prove to be advantageous, has had moments of success here in round two. As we go to the third and final round of this duel at light heavyweight. Yagşymuradov from Turkmenistan. Rozanski from Poland. All corners of the globe represented tonight, John, at Bellator 300 as we celebrate this historic night here at Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California.
That's amazing when you get to 300 shows. All the work and effort of everybody involved, the fighters, how many fights, all those things. It's an incredible accomplishment.
From April 2009 to this October 7, 2023. So much great action to come your way here tonight as we get set for the third and a final round between dovletjan yagşymuradov with the red tape around those commemorative golden gloves and Masey Rozanski with the blue tape around his gloves, and they start throwing their gloves.
That's what you need to see yagşymuradov do. He needs to start opening up with those combinations that got him, were so successful for him in the first round.
How do you have it here going into the final round, John, on your unofficial scorecard?
I have Rozanski needs to do something special in this round. I have yagşymuradov up 2 rounds to 0.
Rozanski keeping his attack boxing-centric. The textbook 1-2 needs to move his head off the center line as he ate the 1-2 from yagşymuradov.
See, but he doesn't take off the center line. He he kind of brings his traps up, brings his neck in, and just like absorbs the shot. And it's great, but you're getting hit.
That's one form of defense, I guess. Oh, wow. Both of them delivering with bad intentions. Yagşymuradov both going for the level change. Yagşymuradov snatches the single, has rozanski against the fence, looking for the high crotch, looking to take rozanski for a ride. Plants him face first now into the open guard of rozanski.
That was a great job by Yagşymuradov because rozanski did grab the cage and the pad in trying to stop it.
Yagşymuradov 3 of 5 in the takedown department. Has scored a takedown in each round of this fight.
Yeah, he did get a takedown right at the end of the first round.
Yeah.
Almost forgot about that. See,
I've forgotten more than I'll ever know, so don't worry about it.
But in this position, you got to go back to that second round. And what Yagşymuradov was able to do, if you're Rozanski, you know, I've just got to get myself back.
We discussed this earlier, John. He's got the half butterfly hook in.
Yep,
But earlier in the second round, he was unable to elevate Yagşymuradov. And now Yagşymuradov back to a vertical base. And Rozanski in the butt scoop position here. Little old school scene in the MMA cage.
You'd always be careful of putting your head in front of your hips. Keep your hips in front of your head, you'll be safe.
Attempt by Yagşymuradov, but rozanski maintains. Past the midpoint of the final round. Yagşymuradov trying to get full mount, but again, up against the fence, running out of real estate, has rozanski pinned, feeds him a right hand to the face. Rozanski now looking to swivel, and now he has Yagşymuradov against the fence, delivers an up kick.
He does, but you can see Yagşymuradov just basically putting himself back into the guard, comfortable there. Rozanski not really coming up with much as far as any type of submission attempts. He tried to change the angles, get a little bit of a position on Yagşymuradov. He's never been able to hold it.
Rozanski has never been finished.
There he goes again, trying to see him trying to change that angle. Yagşymuradov squares right back up.
Rozanski representing Berserker's team in Poland. Had the huge reach advantage, but on his back here with just over a minute left in the final round.
Big elbow. These elbow shots that Yagşymuradov is landing, they're clean and they're hard.
Under a minute left in the fight. Rozanski being maneuvered to the cage in no position. He wants to try to wall walk up to his feet, but Yagşymuradov will try to keep the pressure on him from top position.
Yagşymuradov doing a great job of taking away that posting hand. That's why he remained where he was at.
Getting a little restless, but Yagşymuradov, smothering Rozanski, grinding away. Wants to secure his third consecutive win while sending Rozanski to his first two-fight losing streak. And with time now ticking away, Yagşymuradov looking to deliver some ground and pound as Rozanski's been cut up. So Yagşymuradov blooding up Rozanski in that final round, and he believes he's done enough to make it 3 in a row. You do too, Big John.
I do. That was a big shot right at the end. That elbow just opened up.
This is Sparta for the Spartan, Masey Rozanski.
Yeah, here goes Rozanski. Throws the big right hand and lands clean. A little bit off of the shoulder, but it was the takedowns of Yagşymuradov that really changed this fight. Rozanski had him hurt, picks him up. Rozanski tries to cheat a little bit, grab the cage. Yagşymuradov says, I don't care, I'm going to put you where I want you. And from that point, really just just dominated, and here comes the big elbows, and that elbow strike right there opened him up with a big slicing cut on that forehead. Very nice performance by yagşymuradov.
Wow. We've seen some nasty gashes.
Oh, that looks good.
Johnny Eblin had a nice one. And man, you know, Joe Rogan may have said it best when we saw Marvin Eastman get sliced up by was it Vitor Belfort back in the day. I won't repeat that, but my goodness, these are nasty. And again, let's give credit to those cutmen, the unsung heroes that, you know, as Jacob Duran said, Stitch Duran saying, you know, you want to give them that one more round. And
the cutmen throughout MMA have become so good and do such a great job of keeping guys in fights that they possibly would be stopped based upon.
Was it Forrest Griffin, Mauricio Shogun Hua, where he did that with Forrest Griffin with the cut that he had back in the day as well, the stitched up. And here we go. Well, let's not take away from what we're watching right now. I know we're feeling nostalgic, but let's get the official decision with Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go now to your three judges. Your first, Derek Cleary, scores it 30-27, while judges Wade Vieira and Hadi Muhammad Ali sees it the same, 29-28. All three have it for the winner by unanimous decision. Yagşymuradov.
Make it 3 in a row for doublet yagşymuradov as he defeats Masey Rozanski. Rozanski has lost 2 in a row for the first time in his career, but yagşymuradov improving to 21-7-1 and moving over the 500 mark inside the Bellator MMA cage. He's now 3-2. And he celebrates with his team from American Top Team. There to his right is Artem Levin. We talked about, hey, finally earning their keep tonight. Let's say hello to Amanda Guerra and Josh Thompson at the fight desk.
Mauro, it is so nice to talk to you. It is nice to see, you know,